Colleagues, friends, we've had an exciting start to this campaign. For me, here in the West Midlands, I've been to a steel factory outside Kidderminster, a chocolate factory in Tenbury. I've had a free haircut. I made a Balti in Birmingham. And, the internet, because I'm the underdog, the internet has been kind to me for the first time in my life. And they're running a campaign to help me find the slogan that I should be putting to the country and to the membership. And we've had hashtag take a punt on Hunt, hashtag Jezzers the Bezzer, and hashtag Hunty McHuntface. Now be very, very careful how you say that one, because we're the party of family values. Friends, we are in a very serious situation. Get things wrong, and there will be no Conservative government, maybe even no Conservative party. Get things right, and we can deliver Brexit, unite the party, and send Corbyn packing. And that's our choice. But in this Brexit debate, we've had a lot of discussion about how we Brexit, but not enough discussion about who. Who is the Prime Minister we trust to send to Brussels and lead us out of this crisis? And we send the wrong person. Catastrophe awaits. If you choose me, I'll be the first Prime Minister who's been an entrepreneur by background. How many people here have set up their own business? Put up your hand if you set up. That's the Conservative family. Lots and lots of hands going up. And what is it that we entrepreneurs do? We negotiate. If we send the wrong person, there's going to be no negotiation, no trust, no deal, and if Parliament stops that, maybe no Brexit. Send the right person, and there's a deal to be done. Send that right person, and we can do what we all need to do, which is to come back with something positive for our country. And that's what I want to do. And when we do that, what incredible opportunities await this fantastic country. Someone who set up on their own. I am championing at the bit to turn our economy into the most pro-business, pro-enterprise, fastest growing, most high-tech, greenest economy in Europe. That's what I did. I want other young people to be able to do exactly the same thing I did. And we have the best universities in Europe. We've got more tech entrepreneurs, more medicines being developed. We could be the world's next Silicon Valley. And that could happen right here in the West Midlands, because you've got the 5G pilot happening in Birmingham. You've got driverless cars happening at Warwick Manufacturing Group. You've got so many gaming companies in Leamington Spa. It's been rechristened Silicon Spa, not the kind of spa that you take your wife to after you've got her nationality wrong, mind you. But there is this potential, incredible potential. And I'm going to take a giant step to making that happen by a radical cut in corporation tax to 12.5% Irish levels to turbocharge the British economy. I want to land an economic... jumbo jet on Europe's doorstep, so that when it comes to those trade talks, they need us every bit as much as we need them. Now, I'm also the Foreign Secretary who wants Britain to walk tall in the world. My dad was in the Navy. We followed him around from Plymouth to Portsmouth to Surrey to Scotland, which is why, by the way, I'm passionate about our union. Thanks to his generation, we won the Cold War. And the risks out there are increasing, which is why I've said I will increase defence spending to beyond 2% of GDP on top of the 0.7% aid commitment. And I've said I'll do that Not just because of increasing aggression from countries like Russia, because at the point of Brexit, I want the world to know that Britain, the country, one of the very few countries that has championed democratic values and the security necessary to underpin it. I want the world to know that Britain is here, Britain's back, Britain's voice is strong in the world, and we will defend our values. Now, I'd also be the first Prime Minister who's run our NHS. And you have some fabulous hospitals here in Birmingham, UHB, Birmingham Women and Children's. But you also have mid-staffs, or had mid-staffs. And I'll never forget my first month as Health Secretary. The Department of Health advised me not to meet the mid-staffs' families. I rejected that advice. And I met a lady called Julie Bailey. She lost her mum in a horrible, horrible death. She looked me in the eye. She said, "Jeremy, you could change all this." And I hope I did, because by the time I finished, nearly 3 million more patients were using good or outstanding hospitals compared to the time I started. And you know, we Conservatives, we can't just have an economic mission. We must have a social mission. And I want our next social mission to be the social care system for every single older person so that they can live in dignity. And I want it to be the education system so that no one leaves education not able to read or write, not with a rigorous qualification so they can get a decently paid job. I want us to be the first government, a Conservative government, that abolishes illiteracy in our society and shows the world our Conservative values. And finally, politics is about winning elections. And I'll be the first Prime Minister in half a century to win a marginal seat. I know what it's like to knock on every door, need every single vote. I'm looking at every single vote right now. I love you all. And there are some very, very important marginal seats in the West Midlands: Stoke North, Halesowen, Stourbridge, Walsall North. Brilliant MPs. And we've got to be there for them. But I promise you two things as a campaigner. Firstly, when we go back to the British people, we will get more young people voting Conservative, because we can't be the party of aspiration if the most aspirational people in our country aren't supporting us, and we're going to get them back. And the second thing I promise you is I will never provoke a general election before we've left the European Union. I won't do it. The lesson of Peterborough is that that would kill us. Ignore that, and we ignore the crocodile lurking under the surface of British politics. A Labour Party led by the most ruthless, dangerous, anti-Western, anti-British, hard-left cabal there's ever been under Jeremy Corbyn. Now, faced with a hard-left populist, we could choose our own populist. Or we could do better. We could choose our own Jeremy. A Jeremy who is going to deliver Brexit, unleash the potential of our extraordinary country, deliver true social justice. Not so much for those of us in this hall. Most of us have done okay. But for people watching at home, young people desperate to get a decently paid job, families struggling to afford a home, older people who just want to live out their days with dignity and respect. We have to be there for them. That is our Conservative Party. Let me show you how. Thank you.
Hello.